Hey YouTubers, well, I thought I would give you a little bit of an update on my transmission on my 2001 Ford Taurus 3.0, and the transmission's in, and I'm happy to report everything is in great shape. Actually, it cost me more for the transmission fluid than it did the clutches. If you saw some other videos, you saw the clutches that I put in it, the 4 clutches. The one set was fully burned up. Only paid $35 for the clutches, but the transmission fluid took, I think, 12 quarts. And if you do the math, at $5 and something a quart, it was pretty expensive, over almost $60 in transmission fluid. But it's pretty much full, and you can see it's nice and red. We're in good shape. I have to start it up here in a little bit and put it back down to level and check it. But I'll give you a quick look underneath. When I put it back in and everything, and I got the subframe bolts back in the frame, I had to go over a couple of them because I actually didn't get them tight enough. So if you're going to have to drop your frame, make sure you double check all your bolts, especially the ones in the back there and on that side. And you can see the transmission pan is pretty much bone dry, hardly any leaks or anything, although later I may put a new gasket on there. That's still the old factory gasket, so I don't think it's going to last much longer. There are my new bolts on my exhaust. If you remember earlier in the video, I had to take a grinder on that top one up there once I lowered that frame down a little bit, and I took an old wheel that was small enough to get in there and cut that out of there. If you're lucky, you can get a socket on there and just break it, but if you break them, you'll still have to go back in the back, on the back side right there, and you're still going to have to deal with knocking that stud out. There's a stud in there. I just took a piece of metal on one side and put the pipe against the back of the tire that was the frame was resting on, and knocked that out. So you can get those out, and up there is the top one. So the exhaust is pretty good. And by the way, there's no gasket in here. This is just 2 pieces of metal pushed together, and I took a little sandpaper and just made sure it was nice and clean. And I don't have any leaks, so it's in pretty good shape. Everything is bone dry. I don't see any leaks. I've been driving it a little bit. It shifts perfect. Matter of fact, it shifts into second gear at about 15 to 20 miles an hour. I was really surprised how quick it shifts. Let me go ahead and we'll start it up. I would take it out, but I'm not really legal right now. I've got to get my license on it. I just kind of drove it around the neighborhood last couple of days, here and there. And you can see it's doing pretty good. 132,000 miles. And hopefully my camera will stay focused. I'm doing this on a cell phone because it's HD. No check engine lights. Good RPM. One thing I've noticed, though, my fuel pump is making a noise. Let's see if you can hear this. It sounds like a humming noise. I don't know. May have to replace it soon, but it's working. But here's the engine running. Good sounding motor. Apparently you can burn ethanol. This leaf there, I guess, means that. Of course, the irony is the ethanol costs more than unleaded. Yeah, thanks to the government subsidies, it didn't quite work. But it's doing really great. I have now had a weird things happening to it. I am going to take it out. I'm going to get my license and stuff put back on so I can start driving it on the highway. But it's shifting pretty good around the neighborhood. No noises or anything. I'm very happy about it. Of course, that battery's way too big on it. Some idiot put a big battery on it, and they cut half of the battery support box to make it fit. Some people should not be allowed to work on cars. That's all I got to say about that. But there you go. I just figured I would give you guys an update. The transmission is in, and pretty happy about that. So good luck, guys. If you're working on these transmissions, they're not as bad as they seem. Like I said, the only thing I had problems with was getting that pump housing back into the transmission before I kind of buttoned it up. But just take your time at it, and you'll get through it. You'll make it work. All right, give you one more look at it here. Of course, the birds have been doing it all over. There's white spots everywhere. Bird crap everywhere. All right, there you go. There's the update, and take care, everybody. Thanks for watching.